Picture an angel in your mind. I'm sure there's a few common features that immediately pop up, like wings, white clothes, harps, and halos. But when I asked you to picture an angel, I bet it didn't look like this. Or this. But these nightmarish images are actual descriptions of angels that can be found in the Christian Bible. So, for the sake of this video, if we can all agree that angels do exist, call it a thought experiment, which is a more accurate depiction of what angels actually look like? And with dozens of angels spanning more than 100 years of film history, has any film ever gotten it right?
But first, let me thank the sponsor of this video, Manta Sleep. I have 2 kids under 4 years old, and so I always feel like I'm always behind on sleep. When you're desperate for sleep, you'll try and catch it whenever and wherever you can. That means I'm usually taking a midday nap on my couch, or maybe just reclining my chair in the parking lot outside of a cafe before I peel myself away to go work. The problem is, it's hard to sleep when the sun is at its brightest. That's why I've loved using my Manta Pro Sleep mask. It has an adjustable head strap to help it fit comfortably, and eye cups that don't put pressure on my eyes, but still blacks out 100% of the light. If you have a hard time sleeping around lights, whether it's in the middle of the day or maybe even in the middle of the night, then you really need to go check out Manta Sleep. I can't recommend their eye masks enough. Go to mantasleep.com and use my code EntertainTheElk in order to get 10% off your order. I'll have a link in the description below. Just make sure you use my code at checkout in order to get that discount. Thanks again to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to the essay.
There's this repeated phrase throughout the Bible that angels say whenever they appear in front of humans. Fear not. Fear not, Daniel. O man greatly loved, fear not, peace be with you. Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. Peace be to you. Do not fear. And when you read some of the terrifying descriptions in the Bible of what angels looked like, it's easy to understand why. Though not all angels look alike, and some even argue that angels fall into a celestial hierarchy with several categories. At the bottom of this hierarchy is the angel. But unlike the angels we picture with wings, harps, and halos, these typically just look like ordinary people. In the book of Hebrews, it mentions how angels can hide in plain sight amongst humans. Angels unawares. And this human appearance is highlighted in other passages too. In Genesis, 2 angels are mistaken for humans by citizens of Sodom, referred to as the men. And in Joshua doesn't realize he's talking to the commander of the Lord's army. It says that he thought he was a man. Then there are mentions of angels who still resemble humans, but with more radiant qualities and displays of supernatural powers like flight and immense strength, face like lightning, eyes like flaming torches, arms and legs like burnished bronze, words like the sound of a multitude. In Matthew, it says, appearance like lightning, clothing white as snow. In Luke, it says, the glory of the Lord shone around them. In Revelation, it describes them as wrapped in a cloud, rainbow over his head, face like the sun, and legs like pillars of fire. And then it's in the books of Isaiah and Ezekiel, where we read about the highest order of angels, the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. Isaiah and Ezekiel fall under the genre of prophecy. They're dripping with poetic language and imagery, and so the descriptions of these angels reads like pure nightmare fuel. The seraphim are described as having 6 wings, 2 to cover their face, 2 to cover their feet, and 2 to fly. The cherubim is described as having 4 wings and 4 faces, human, lion, ox, and eagle. Perhaps most disturbing are thrones, which are described as massive wheels within wheels, with their entire body, rims, spokes, and wings covered completely in eyeballs. Let's just leave this right here and jump to another less terrifying, but still important image. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you had absolutely no idea what you're looking at right here. It's hard to tell, but this is actually considered the earliest known Christian image of an angel. It's found in the catacomb of Priscilla in Rome. It depicts the Annunciation, where the angel Gabriel announces to the Virgin Mary that she will birth the Messiah, the Son of God. Just from looking at this painting, can you tell me which one is Mary and which one is the angel Gabriel? It's accurate with many of the biblical descriptions that are left relatively vague and simply describe angels as looking like a man. It was common around the 3rd and 4th century for angels to be depicted in art without wings. Here's an artistic rendering of the sarcophagus of Junius Bassus that depicts Christian scenes. Can you spot the angel? Right there. Eventually, as Christianity began to grow and mature, so did its art, and eventually there was a shift from wingless angels to winged angels. Therese Martin talks about this in her essay, The Development of Winged Angels in Early Christian Art. By the late 4th century, it no longer sufficed to represent angels who held a position somewhere between God and people simply as men. Between God and man is the sky, a conceptual place where divinity had always been localized, a physical place occupied exclusively by winged creatures. How else but by flying with wings could an angel carry a message from God down to earth? Wings were a way to set angels apart from humanity while retaining other aspects of angelic nature. Wings simultaneously represent the heavens and a tie to earth. For even birds, winged creatures must eventually return to earth. Wings are the link that connects angels with the heavens, but wings also tie angels to animals. They serve to remind the viewer that angels are creatures, beneath humanity despite belonging to the heavens. And after centuries of depicting angels in art, even though most angels referenced in the Bible aren't described as having wings, the two elements eventually became synonymous. And that trend followed into the medium of film. One of the very first depictions of an angel in film is from the 1904 film The Christmas Angel, in which an angel appears as an answer to prayer by a downtrodden family in order to offer hope. And they appear as you would imagine a stereotypical angel, a human with wings and a halo, practically glowing in their white flowing clothes. And for over 100 years of film history, this tradition has continued on in slight variation. I Married an Angel, Date with an Angel, Wings of Desire, Angels in the Outfield, Michael, Dogma, Little Nicky, Constantine, Legion, and many more. These angels stick out like a sore thumb, and that's the point. Giving them wings, white clothes, and a halo is a fast and simple way to communicate this supernatural, otherworldliness quality of these characters. Going back to what Therese Martin was writing about in her article, having these stereotypical qualities helps differentiate angel from human. That's highlighted time and time again in films that emphasize the importance of wings.
Angels have to cut their wings off to become human.
You just did them a favor, stupid!
Wings of Desire and the follow-up, Far Away, So Close, are some of the first films to highlight fallen angels. Specifically, angels who freely choose to abandon their positions and immortality in order to become human. And part of that change is highlighted in them losing their wings. This happens in Legion, when Michael slices off his wings after betraying God.
Sort of a fallen angel, aren't you? What happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
And in It's a Wonderful Life, there's a significant plot point about the guardian angel Clarence Oddbody saving George's life in order to earn his wings.
That's right. Attaboy, Clarence.
Perhaps being more accurate to biblical descriptions, many films have angels without wings or any of the other usual trappings we've become accustomed to in pop culture. They look just like humans, either working in the afterlife, like some kind of office, in films like Here Comes Mr. Jordan and Chances Are.
Here it is, end of the line. Thank you very much, and please wait.
Or hiding and walking amongst us on Earth like some mysterious figure in films like Passing of the Third Floor Back, One Magic Christmas, The Legend of Bagger Vance, and The Night Before.
Relax.
What's happening right now?
Just looking into your soul, man.
Though if angels appeared to figures in the Bible, looking like Cary Grant in The Bishop's Wife, Denzel Washington in The Preacher's Wife, and Brad Pitt in Meet Joe Black, they wouldn't have to say, "Do not fear." They would probably say, "Do not fall in love with me." Seriously, there's so many examples throughout film history of horny angels or people horny for angels. That could be its own video essay topic. So, there are dozens of examples of angels depicted with or without wings, but they still basically look like humans. Not many depict angels in their more terrifying and even nightmarish forms that we read about in the Bible. Some of my favorite examples of bizarre, unique angels are the three guardian spirits that appear to Scrooge in The Muppet Christmas Carol, the shape-shifting fallen angel Azazel, who can possess human beings by touch in the film Fallen, Metatron from Dogma, who first appears as a pillar of fire, and the Watchers from Noah, who are fallen angels turned into rock giants after falling to Earth. Okay, so what do angels really look like? We've seen that the Bible keeps their description relatively vague. And again, perhaps that's the point. Bizarre or mundane, nightmarish or calming, the angels serve in the biblical narrative as messengers connecting God to humans. That's their purpose, to serve and worship God. After all, that's why we call them angels, as it derives from the Greek word angelos, which means messenger. So their appearance doesn't matter. I know, cop-out, right? But don't get angry with me if I choose to imagine angels looking more like Cary Grant than giant swirling wheels of eyeballs.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this essay. I always appreciate you guys watching and just enjoying these different kind of videos that I put out that are about film or film adjacent. It's fun for me to do something different like this. And so I really hope that you enjoyed it too. Leave me a comment below, let me know what you thought. Like this video, share it with a friend, just in some way engage with this video to help appease the algorithm gods. That way, hopefully this video will get in front of more and more eyeballs. This is my last video of 2023. Thank you all so much for supporting Entertain the Elk over the past year, and I hope that you'll stick around, subscribe hopefully, click the stupid bell below, and yeah, enjoy new videos in the next year. Thanks again everyone, have a happy holidays, and I will see you all in 2024.